Alafia, everybody. It's Honeyed Abundance. I've been gone for a few weeks, but I'm back. I missed the Halloween special. I was really excited about that, but it's okay. We're going to do this. So, today is another pick a card reading. Right now, we're going to focus on what your childhood traumas are and how you can heal it. So, today, we're going to be using just two decks, an Oracle deck and a regular tarot deck. It's going to be the Miss Cleo's Tarot Power deck, and we're going to use the Earthcraft Oracle. And we have three options to choose for your pick a card. You have a really cute little journal. We have a really cute chakra tree. And then we have a sage bundle. So to go over it again, we have a journal or a notebook, a chakra tree, and a sage bundle. So I'm going to give you guys time to meditate and think about which option is the best for you. Remember, don't focus on vanity. Don't focus on the cutest thing or the most expensive thing, because that message may not be for you. So make sure you really meditate and see which option is for you. Peace. Alafia Pile 1 who picked the notebook. So disclaimer, the cards are a little blurry, so that's why I put the image to the side so you guys can all see your reading fully and the cards fully, but my voice will be also on the side. So pile 1 who picked the notebook / the journal, this is talking about what your childhood traumas are and how you can heal it. So immediately we get 3 of Cups in reverse, the Devil in reverse, the Sun in reverse, 10 of Swords in reverse, and King of Coins in reverse, or King of Pentacles. That's a lot of reversals, and that's not always a bad thing, but I immediately see that there was a lot of like abandonment issues here. And it doesn't, some of you guys have sisters, some of you guys have women that have abandoned you, and some of you have just been in weird sheltered places where because of that you have attracted bad friends or friends who would use you. And that's why the Devil is here in reverse. There's some like attachment that y'all got to pull away from. Your abandonment issues have made you guys very clingy. I don't know the attachment styles. I know some of them. One of them is like anxious, I think, where it's like you have to constantly be up under somebody, you have to constantly be around them. But the thing is, the irony of it is, even though you want to be up under the person, they're not any good for you. Like, you're not attracting the people who you really need to attract. So that's where that 3 of Cups energy comes from, with the Devil in reverse here. And then you have the Sun in reverse. The Sun in reverse is that you can't be alone. You cannot really be by yourself for long. And it's just, when you are, it's hard for you to be triumphant on your own. It's hard for you to find that confidence and that, not arrogance, but that sunny demeanor on your own. It's very hard for you. It's just like when you're with other people, especially people that you're very close to, you feel good. You feel like you can tackle the world. But when you're by yourself, it's like that same confidence is not there. So you may not wear the same thing by yourself. You may not say the same things by yourself. You may not like engage in certain conversations by yourself. It's hard for you. And that's why the 10 of Swords in reverse is here. There's been so much heartbreak and just like backstabbing for you. And I see that you've done some of the backstabbing because of your anxious attachment style and wanted to keep people close. But I see also people have done so much backstabbing to you. And that's why the King of Coins is here in reverse. Now, when the King of Coins is up, that talks about just a masculine energy, or just an energy who's about their business, about their money. It's earth sign energy, and they're protectors, they're providers, and they do what they have to do. But this is in reverse, so it's just kind of like greed, like just taking and sucking the life out of people. That's what I get here. That's what you attract. And I feel like sometimes you don't realize you do that as well, because you just want somebody near you so much. So with that, for the Oracle deck that we have Seer in reverse, we have Spirit of the South, we have Abundance, and we have Wild Winds in reverse. I feel like to tame, and because you can't really ever fully like push away childhood trauma. Trauma is there and it stays in your nervous system, but you can control it, you can contain it, and you can learn what triggers you so you can move about your day in a better way, not just for yourself and good character for yourself, but for the people around you. You can't, because human beings, we thrive on relationships, whether we want to admit that or not, but it's how healthy we go about it. And if we're not good within ourselves, for ourselves, how are we going to be good for other people? They all connect with each other. And in a society where it's like we do not want to fully be by ourselves. It's healthy to want to do what you want, which is to have healthy people and healthy bonds and close bonds around you. You just need to know how to control it properly so you can, one, walk away from bonds that are not good for you, and two, not attract those bonds, and three, not to become those people who have done things to you. So seer is here. Seer is in reverse though. When I think of seer, I think of, somebody who's very in tune with their intuition and who knows what exactly needs to be done. So it's like you're not listening to that inner voice. There's a lot of times where you see a lot of red flags with people, red flags within yourself, and you ignore it because just those chemicals that get released off of being around people, and not just romantically but platonically, like friendships. But I'm also seeing a lot of romantic interest here, like whatever intimate scenarios happen and stuff, you get off of that because it makes you feel good. But that's the only like gentleness you're gonna get from those people, because they take so much from you. And that's why Spirit of the South is here. And it's crazy that Spirit of the South upright is under the sun in reverse. You need to learn how to, I guess, ground yourself by yourself. So it's just like doing fun things for yourself, do things for you, go out for you, dress up for you, take on new, like, I guess, activities. Like some of you take on learning how to do makeup, take on learning how to do hair, go to a wine tasting event. I don't know. I'm hearing all these like really fun, abundant fire sign energy things, like travel, do something. I mean, don't travel by yourself now and then you don't know where you're going, because then if you end up missing, I don't know what's going to happen. Okay, let's not do that. But just like fun things, like maybe like look into a state and travel. If you have the money, of course, like do things that are abundant for you. And it's crazy because as I was flipping through this book, Spirit of the South was giving such good advice. For number 32, Spirit of the South, it said, light a red candle, which symbolizes and amplifies the fire spirit. Kneel in front of the candle while facing south and hold out your hands on either side of the flame with your palms inward. Whisper into the flame, I am present for your guidance, dear Spirit of the South. Take a moment to meditate on the message brought to you by the Spirit of the South. Thank the South Spirit for showing up and for her divine guidance. Now, we don't necessarily have to take it as that. We can take it also as journaling. And then if you are into candle work or getting into it, it's cool. Candles are the flame of life. They're really good to have. But if you don't want to do candles as well, you can also just really journal, because there's a reason why, Pile, when you pick this book, journaling is so important. Or even if, because sometimes, for example, me, I get lost in journaling. I will do it and then like I'll forget about it because I'm busy. So you can also, guys, go in your voice notes and record affirmations to yourself, record voice notes to yourself, record plans, look up YouTube channels where people are doing the things you want to do. Like, for example, like I said, traveling. You want to travel, look up some travel vlogs of young women or young men traveling. Put together a plan, like do stuff for yourself. And that's not going to automatically heal your dependent style and your attachment style, but it's a step closer, because it's like, oh my goodness, you can be proud of yourself and you can journal that and document that. I did this by myself today. I didn't have to go on a vacation. I didn't have to put my life on hold to wait for this person to do this. I did this on my own. I took myself out to eat, or I bought myself flowers. I didn't have to look at all these Instagram stuff to see that somebody's getting flowers by a man or a woman or whoever. I bought it for myself. So one day I will attract that. It's like, I feel like people want all these things, but it's like they're not giving it to yourself, that to themselves. Like, how do you want somebody to give you flowers? And you deserve it, but it's like you're not giving yourself flowers. Do you not deserve to be given it from all angles? Do you have to just wait for somebody to magically give it to you? Because unfortunately, in this lifetime, if you keep waiting for somebody, you're not going to get nothing. Not to say there aren't people out there who won't give you your flowers, literally and just figuratively speaking, but you got to give it to yourself sometimes. And that's why abundance is here as well. Abundance is telling you that you are abundant and you have so much to offer. You have so much gifts, so much talent, so many things, and you don't need to be dependent on other people to bring it out. You don't need to wait till you're in a group setting to speak up about what you want. You don't need to have the validation and the approval of people that you love to go for it. And you are abundant in a sense that you are capable of attracting the people who are meant for you. And that's why Spirit of the South is near abundance. Once you step into this energy, you're going to start attracting so many platonic and romantic connections towards you. And it's like, oh my goodness, wow. Because keep in mind, anxious attachment style, keep in mind that sometimes you meet people romantically, you're not going to marry them all the time. Sometimes they're there to teach you lessons. I'm not saying to like be romantically involved with everybody you connect with, because that's just messy. It's not going to work out for you. and in a way you're going into another attachment style, which is what is it, avoidant or whatever, something like that. I don't know, y'all, we gonna look it up. But yes, like, tell yourself that you're abundant and you have so much to offer to yourself. That's why, once again, going back to those voice notes, telling yourself voice notes, waking up in the morning, hugging yourself, telling yourself that you are loved, that you have so much to offer. And, you know, if you can't do this every single day, put something on your agenda where once a week you do something nice by yourself, and not just doing your toes, which is cool, you know, staying home doing your toes, but actually going out. Like, I'm going to take myself out to eat. I'm going to dress up. I'm going to take pictures of myself, if you have social media or not, or even if you want it for yourself. I'm saying some of you will do really good of blowing a picture up of yourself and putting it as like a tapestry or something. And no, that's not vain. It's because you do that for other people all the time. You have pictures of other people all around you and stuff, but you don't have it of yourself. Like, that's really important. And that's why Wild Winds is here in reverse. It ties into Seer in reverse as well. And even the Devil. There's just so many whispers around you. So many red flags. So many signs. And you're not paying attention to it. Like, your face is turned because you just want to live in the moment. You still want to hold on to the people around you. But they're not doing what they're supposed to do. So you stop doing it too. And we're not saying to match energy, because that's gross. That's nasty. We don't match energy. But it's just kind of just stepping away from it and moving accordingly. That's what you need to do. And yes, that's really it. You know, abandonment issues, they're hurtful and they're painful. And they're things that we have to work through for the rest of our lives. There are times where we feel like we're not good enough because of what this person did. But also keep in mind that what people have going on has nothing to do with you. You loving them more, you buying them more things, you having sex with them more, you like doing acts of service for them more is not going to make them love you how you want them to. So you have to put that acts of service into yourself. Like, do things nicely for yourself. Go out above and beyond for yourself. And that's it. I hope this reading resonated with you. For whoever it was meant for, it will be for. And I hope that you guys take these things and just add your own stuff to it to make yourself feel better. And please come back to this reading whenever you need to, because the thing about people with anxious attachment styles, and I'm counting myself as we, because I have those moments, or I probably am or was, we pay attention to these things and we make progress and we fall back into the same patterns as soon as we get triggered by an abandonment issue. So this is something that we all need to work on. And yes, Alafia, peace. I hope this resonated. Alafia Patu, you guys picked the chakra tree or a crystal tree, whatever it is. It's really cute though. But you guys picked this, and we are, to reiterate, talking about your childhood traumas and what you can do to heal them. So immediately, and as I said for pile 1, you know, the cards are a little blurry, so I put it side by side so you guys can see your cards in its entirety while I pull and read for you as well. So immediately you get the Death in reversal with the Chariot, the 7 of Cups, Strength in reverse, and 5 of Cups. So I see here that you guys, your childhood trauma is just, it makes you run away from things very fast. I feel like with Death in reverse, there has been a lot of disappointments for you in your lifetime. You know, I think where, you know, I'm not a psychologist, I am not a psychiatrist, I'm not a therapist, so I can't go into detail exactly, but I can say that for a fact, there's been so many disappointments with you and people like giving you promises that were not there. And that's why Death is in reverse. There has been no new beginnings. And because of that, you run away before people can disappoint you. Like, I see as in self-sabotage in a way. That's why the Chariot is here. The Chariot is always about moving forward and, you know, new beginnings and progressions. But I feel like this is used in a sense that you run away a lot. Like, you'll be the first to ghost. You'll be the first to stop talking to somebody. You'll be the first to just be like, you know what? I see something. I don't like it. I'm going to just step away from it. When in reality, there could really be nothing there, you know, it could just be you. But I think you put up this guard of that you're so logical and you're so cool, calm, and collected. But in all actuality, you're very emotional. And that's why the 7 of Cups is here. 7 of Cups always talks about wishful thinking and illusions and stuff. But if you notice, all his cups are up in the air and he's just trying to grab it. He's like trying to literally grab for it. I feel like these are all the things and your wishes and your hopes and desires, and they're up in the air. So I feel like mental like blockages and also depression is here, and that's why you run away so much. And I see this also as just like vices too, running away, jumping in cars, jumping away from people, walking away. And that's why Strength is here in reverse. That doesn't necessarily mean you're weak, But I feel as in you sometimes feel like you are, because you have human emotions. You're so used to just trying to be logical, but people don't realize when you're overly logical, that really means that you're just overly emotional. That it makes no sense. You need a healthy balance of both. And that's why strength can also be here to, like, sometimes it's okay to have strength in being emotional or opening up or being the best that you could be with your emotions. That does not make you weak. That does not make you any of those things. It actually makes you strong, because you're like, listen, this hurt my feelings, or this is what I want. I didn't get it, and that hurt me. Like, it's okay to talk about it and be a part of it. And Five of Cups is here. Five of Cups talks about things not working out how you wanted it to, tying in once again to death in reverse. Just so much disappointment. And that's why the self-sabotage comes in. It's just like, you cling. And if the Five of Cups, you notice there's 3 cups on the floor that have already been gone, and there are 2 cups up. So it's like, in a way, it's like you're clinging to the little bit of things and the little bit of sanity and the little bit of identity that you have, when sometimes you need a whole rebirth. Like, you need to be a phoenix and just rebirth. And for that's why Wild Winds is here. Pile 1 actually got this. It talks about listening to that inner voice that you have and not ignoring it, not ignoring the red flags within yourself, the red flags with other people. And I see that as in also seeing triggers, like whatever triggers you to feel like you're itching to run away. Like, sit within yourself and ask why is this happening. I feel like therapy would be good for you. Therapy will be good for everybody. We all need therapy, especially if you're a person of color. Like, we most definitely need therapy. But I feel like it would be really good for you, because you need to talk. You need to talk about how you feel. You need to just most definitely talk. And there's somebody here who is willing to listen. But if you feel like that you still can't trust that, it's okay to just talk, whether that be through prayer, therapy, just for different things. Like, talk about it, talking about it out loud, screaming at the wind, screaming, being mad as hell, like just screaming, like getting it out your system. People think that's crazy, and I think, especially y'all as a logical pile, y'all may think that's like OD and that's too much, but I'm telling you, like, just like say, oh my fuck, like scream it out, get it out your system, and then go from there. And it's like, when you do something like that, you got to look at yourself and be like, damn, like, what pushed me to that point? And that's when everything might break down for you, and you might even break down. That's a good thing. And that's why the Ancients is here in reverse. I feel like you're not relying on the people around you, your elders, your ancestors, dead and both here. Like, there are people who are older than you, mentees, mentors, all those type of people who really want to help you. And it's like, you have to be okay with that. Use your discernment. You already have enough logic here to know when it's time to walk away. Now, use that to your advantage, where it's like, okay, this is not serving me. This person is like this. Let me walk away. Like, use it when it actually makes sense to use it. You get what I'm saying? And Spirit of the East is here. Spirit of the East talks about mental clarity and just being clear about situations, and not just always using logic, having a good emotion, of having a good mix of both. So mental clarity also talks about talking about your emotions, talking about it in the sense that it's like, okay, why do I feel this way? You don't have to always be just one end of the coin. And for the advice for Spirit of the East, these Spirit of the directions, they're just really good advice. Honor the air and the spirit of the East by giving her medicine smoke. Burn your favorite incense or favorite herbs in a bowl or herb bundle. Hold the smoke and face east. Whisper into the smoke, I am present for your guidance, dear Spirit of the East. Thank the East Spirit for her presence and for her divine guidance. I see this as you literally getting into aromatherapy as well. Getting some oils, getting diffusers and all those things. Getting actual incense that is good for the body. Not those cheap incenses. Good incense, frankincense and myrrh. All those good incense, putting intention into it, lighting it, and meditating on your feelings and sitting in that uncomfortability, because you run away from it so much. Sit in it. Why do you feel like this? Like, it's okay to be uncomfortable, and it's okay to feel weird. It's okay to not know. You guys are okay with not knowing sometimes, but I feel like you just run away from it. But it's okay to like sit in that uncomfortability and not know. It doesn't have to always be, yeah, I don't know what's going on, but I'm not about to fuck around and find out. Let me leave. Sometimes it's okay to fuck around and find out with yourself, of course, and in healthy situations. Like, it's okay to be vulnerable, and it's okay to feel away. It's okay to, for once, not run away. Not everybody is meant to hurt you. And honestly, some people, we all hurt each other, but if it's in a sense that it's just like, okay, they didn't listen to me, or okay, we're in an argument, you don't have to run away all the time. Sometimes it's because people are dealing with shit as well, not just you. And that's why prophetic dreams in reverse is here. A lot of you guys have dreams. A lot of you guys come from a line of women who have dreams, men who have dreams, like, and not even just dreams, just even like thoughts or like prenotations and stuff. You guys have it and you don't really pay attention to it because you're too busy running away. Things like this make you uncomfortable. Any type of uncomfortability, you can't really sit in it. You can sit in it for a little bit because you can verbalize with yourself and recognize that it makes you uncomfortable. But instead of sitting and going, why, this is weird, okay, let me feel it, you go, yeah, I'm uncomfortable, bye. Yeah, I'm uncomfortable, get the fuck. Yeah, I'm uncomfortable, later. Like, it's not, you can't do that if you really, really, really want to move forward. Because a lot of you realize too that you push people away and self-sabotage. Y'all realize it. Some of y'all might be okay with it for now, but you can't magically get your life together after old habits die hard. You can't just go, yeah, I'm gonna figure it out one day. Yeah, it's cool one day. Like, you can't do that. You got to work on it now. Because as I said with group 1, we are in this society now where everybody wants to be like, yeah, I'm cool on my own, I don't need nobody and stuff. And that doesn't mean you have to be codependent, but yes, you need people. You most definitely need people. Not in a codependent way, but in a way that it takes a village. You cannot do everything by yourself. If you could do everything by yourself, you'd be dead. Because literally, that's teaching yourself, clothing yourself, feeding yourself, all these different things. And we may think we do that, but how were you able to do that now? Because of other people helping you, right? From childhood to now, right? It takes time. So I really, really, really suggest that you go into that and be okay with people leaning on you. And the crazy thing is, some of y'all are actually very good listeners, but you don't want people to listen to you. Or it's like, that could be a deep desire, but it's hard for you. And you guys shut down over the weirdest shit. Like, somebody could ask you something as simple as like how your day was going and stuff, and because it's not how you want it to be, you shut down. You're just like, yeah, there's nothing to talk about. But you don't realize how that comes off to other people who are trying to get you to open up. So come out of this avoidant style that you're in, because it's not benefiting anybody. You're pushing people away, and whether your stubbornness wants to admit it or not, you know that you are. So pile 2, I really, really, really hope this resonated with you and you work on whatever needs to be done. I hope you go about your business and you heal, because you have so much to give and so much to like take as well. So Alafia and peace. Alafia pile 3, you guys picked the Sage. So, as I told pile 1 and pile 2, the cards are going to be a little blurry due to this angle. However, right next to me is a picture slide of all the cards that you have laid out. So you can look at it, observe it yourself, see if it resonates with you as I speak fully about the meaning behind it and this spread. So, you know, I was looking at these cards and I felt so uncomfortable, because I feel like some of you, not all of you, have been through most definitely a childhood trauma, have been through childhood molestation, or if not, like, you know, molestation in your teen years. And at first I looked at this and I was like, this isn't recent. Like this, I mean, this isn't a childhood trauma that's happened recently, but I see now that it's both different people, or it could be both people. But immediately, it made me so uncomfortable. But you know, just there's childhood molestation in these cards for effect. That's what I see, at least. And I feel like that has put you in a point where it's like, some of you are actually doing the active healing. That's why 5 of Coins in reverse is here. Like, hope is slowly coming back. However, 9 of Wands is here in reverse, 9 of Staves. It's just, there's so much paranoia. And as it should be, like, nobody, I'm not gonna ever like discredit how you feel and say you need to move on now and heal. Like, those are things that you cannot get back from. And it doesn't help, I find, that there are people around you who don't make you feel better. So some of you have a romantic interest, a romantic link, who is not really as there for you and have made you feel less than. Or some of your family has not done what you needed to do, even though you revealed certain things to them. But it's like, the point is, your hope is there. All hope is not lost. So I commend you for that. You get a clap, you get a pat on the back, you get a hug from me. Like, that's amazing. But 9 of Staffs is here. There's so much paranoia. Like, you're just on defense. You're not playing. You're like, listen, do not touch me, do not come near me. It's just, and it doesn't help that certain times people break your heart and it brings back so many things. But the Nine of Cups is here. Nine of Cups talks about, you know, obviously like spiritual happiness and stuff. So some of you have really, and that's why the hope is there. Some of you have really found yourself in whatever religion, whether that be church or shit, just meditating, your chakras, whatever you find. Some of you are finding that, or some of you can find hope in that. And not to turn into a religious fanatic, because that never helps. Because even a higher supreme being, you cannot fully be codependent on him either. Because at the end of the day, it's you by yourself. Nobody helps you unless you help yourself. Literally. We don't want to hear that, but it's true. So that's why the Death is here in reverse. There's just so many things that need to be let go of. So it's like the hope is there, and it's not that you're not actively trying, but that paranoia and stuff makes you hold on. And it doesn't, you don't even realize that you sometimes attract the same cycles because of it, and not attracting people touching without your consent, God forbid. No, but attracting people who don't listen to you, who don't care for you, who do not tend to you, because it's like, it's the same patterns of behavior. But at the same time, I'm not fully getting a bad stuff from this. You guys are really trying your best. You guys, and I'm just so proud of you, for real. So I guess to heal that childhood trauma, and some of you are going through that right now. Some of you have recently been in situations where you've been violated, or some of you have been in situations where you got heartbreak and it triggered certain things. There's some people who don't even realize they have gotten violated until later down in life, because they push it down, or they don't realize because of patriarchal societal standards. But regardless, I am so proud of this pile. You guys are trying your very best. Here it says Sacred Temple in reverse, Spirit of the East in reverse, Abundance and Darkness in reverse. I feel like for healing this wound, a lot of you have to go back in yourself and see that your body is a temple. And that does not mean we're feeding into, once again, patriarchal standards of, oh my goodness, I can't sleep with this person, I can't sleep with this person, it's my body. I see this more as in, you are a sacred temple, as in you are enough. No, whatever somebody did to you, whether that be heartbreak or violating you physically, that does not stop you from being a temple. So make yourself feel good. Put yourself in oils. If you are open to it, try tantric massages, or if that is too intimate for you, just massages, starting with just basic touch, going to a professional, of course. Do not running to other people who can't be there. Hugging yourself and telling yourself that you are enough. Telling yourself positive affirmations every day, like things like that, because you are a sacred temple, you are enough. Going back within self and going into things that make you feel better. I'm even hearing some things of swaddling. You know how they swaddle newborns so they could feel like they're in the womb again? I feel like a lot of you need to be swaddled. So even if you wrap yourself up in a blanket and just hold yourself, put on positive affirmations. I'm seeing LED lights and just, you know, hugging yourself to sleep with some nice, like, you know, scents going and just feeling nice about yourself. I'm seeing some of you just, you know, bath bombs, nice things. But some of you stay away from bath bombs and stay away from bathtubs, because I'm feeling some of you are very depressed, or some of you, you know, might get drowsy. We don't need no drowning situations, you know, no self-harm. And if any of you are self-harming, I'm so sorry to hear that, and I'm sorry that your traumas have led you to that point, and I hope that you heal and do what's best for you. This is a no blame zone. We don't blame over here, especially for things like that, because society does that to you guys enough, and I'm sorry. But that's why abundance is here as well, and the Spirit of the East. This was also in Piles 2 card reading, and this is just talking about mental clarity, finding that clarity to think about these situations and sit in it, which I feel like some of you guys do, and that's why the New Hope is there. But sitting in it enough to not blame yourself. I think some of you sit in it and go, okay, well, this happened to me, and because of this reason. Like, don't try to make it a logical thing. Sit in it and then be nice to yourself and be gentle with yourself and be like, well, I didn't deserve that, and this happened, but it does not make me less than. My value does not diminish in all of these things. It doesn't. And that's why abundance is here, because you are so abundant. Certain things that happen to you do not make you any less abundant, do not make you any less beautiful, do not make you any less valuable. You are abundant. And I feel like things like the swaddling, the touch, even some of you guys touching yourselves, allowing yourselves to touch yourselves, because you deserve it, and because you, out of everybody, deserve to consent to your body. And just the tantric massages, if you are ready for that, or just regular massages, and not a deep tissue, because deep tissue hurt. Ooh, don't do a deep tissue unless like a regular massage, or massages with CBD oils if you guys do not get drug tested at work or wherever you're going. Things of that nature. Foot massages if you want to just start very small. Foot massages or hand massages, anything to get it back. Or if that's a trigger to you, take your time. But that's why darkness in reverse is here. I feel like a lot of you need to be okay with that darkness. Be okay with it. Because I think a lot of you guys also sometimes a little bit fall into toxic positivity. Like, you know what? No, I am on a good journey. But you don't realize when you do that, you will crash and burn. You have to be okay with the darkness and sitting within it. Being nice to yourself and feeling all the ugly range of emotions. Just because you wake up one day and you're super triggered and you're crying and you're feeling that emotion, that doesn't mean you're not healing. That is how you heal. Healing is not always love and light and, oh my God, this is my trigger. I recognize it. I'm fine. I'm great. How can I fix it? Healing is sometimes you wake up in the morning and you are too weak to recognize your trigger because you are so tired and vulnerable. So weak is the wrong word maybe, but weakness is not always a bad thing if it's used in a vulnerability context. Because you find that strength again. We go through highs and lows as human beings. You are never going to be 100% fine and okay all the time unless you push down your emotions. And sooner or later, you're going to explode. So I really hope that you use this time to just heal whatever you have going on inside you. And that's why even here, the back of the deck, I didn't do it for anybody else, but I'm going to do it for y'all, is plant seeds. Plant seeds. But with the plant seeds, the girl is literally planting herself. You can be reborn again, but you don't have to change who you are. You are still valuable. You are still beautiful. Plant your seed as in you're the seed. So re-water yourself, regrow yourself, re-nurture yourself, put yourself in sunlight. All of these beautiful things. Drink your water, drink your lemon juice. Tell yourself you are beautiful. Do yoga. Oh my goodness, do yoga, stretch, go to stretch classes, do Pilates, do things that make your body feel good. Focus on your chakras, your heart chakra, your sacral chakra, all of that. Do yoga tied to that. That would be so amazing for you because you deserve it. And, I really hope, Power 3, that you found this healing that you need and that you work on it on your own because only you know is good for you, Power 3. And that is it. I hope that you look at this reading as many times as you need to. So if anybody else blames you or you blame yourself, you could come back here and know that it is not your fault at all. Peace, and I hope that you guys have a great day and work on these childhood traumas. Let's all heal and get better. Alafia.